Emperor Trump.
Your Majesty.
When people start calling their president a king, is that love or the beginning of something America once tried so hard to escape? In the United States, no king protest has taken place in several major cities. Organizers said nearly 7 million people joined the march. At the same time, Trump supporters proudly share AI photos of him wearing a golden crown. Even the official White House account posted a few. For many Americans, the word king is not a compliment, it's a warning. The US was literally founded to escape a king, the King of Britain. So-called President King Trump feels like betraying that very idea. But for his supporters, king means something completely different. To them, Trump is strong, decisive, the only one who can save America. It's less about monarchy and more about frustration with politics, with chaos, with what they call a broken system. It's fascinating, one word, to Americans. A crown becomes both a symbol of strength and a sign of danger. Maybe calling Trump a king feels harmless today, but symbols have power. And history shows power often changes slowly. First in symbols, then in systems. Whether you love or hate Trump, the bigger question is this: can democracy stay healthy when people start enjoying the idea of a ruler? Drop your thoughts.
Stop dumping shit to those kind of Americans, okay? I thought the United States was to set a model to those modern and civilized world. What kind of example are you setting? You want all of those leaders in Europe dumping shit to their citizens too? I thought you are the leaders of the free world. What kind of leader dumping shit to their own people? Can you name one leader of the developing countries dumping shit to their people? I can't. And right now, 7 millions of good Americans are walking on the street and saying they don't need no king. 7 millions of your people. They don't want a king who's dumping shit on their head. Can you blame them? Can everybody in the world blame those 7 million Americans? We can't. But do you know who loved to watching all of this? Take a guess.
Imagine living in Trump's mind rent-free, that you end up a part of some of his AI bullshit. Shout out to Harry. Keep doing you, man. Because I'm embarrassed to be an American citizen, I'm not going to lie.
Come on, guys. Can't you see the humor? A wannabe dictator shitting on people who don't agree with him. That's funny, right?
Donald Trump posting a video as him as a king and taking a giant crap on America is the most honest he's ever been. Literally, he is trolling you. He's not trolling us. We know that's what he's doing. We're watching due process rights being taken away. We are watching boats being bombed that we don't know for sure. Are they narco-terrorists? We're not positive. We are watching Medicaid and healthcare being stripped from Americans. This is what he's doing. He is so honest. He posted a video of Gaza that looked like Vegas. That's what's going to happen. He says what he wants to do, and that is what he wants to do. He's not trolling us. He's telling you out loud, this is what I think of the people that I am supposed to be the president of, because he's supposed to be the president of everyone. And that means he's supposed to handle himself with some decorum and grace. Yet here he is telling you, I want to take a crap on America. And he is. His party is, Stephen Miller is, Peter Thiel is, J.D. Vance is. They all are. And you guys think it's about us. Wake up.
If I didn't see it for myself, I wouldn't believe it. But again, Donald Trump created a whole ass video of himself dropping shit on American people. And everyone's just supposed to be okay with that. We had an incredibly peaceful protest yesterday. There were no riots. There was no violence whatsoever. In spite of him saying that it was a hate rally, a hate America rally. And that's his response to our peaceful protest. That's his response. Please try to explain it to me. What is wrong with this man?
We seriously have to watch as the president has the mental maturity of a 5-year-old. An individual that is 4 times older than I am is watching AI videos of himself pooping on people.
Just a reminder that a king wouldn't allow a no kings protest.
Well, thank goodness he allowed millions of people all over the earth to protest, huh? Ugh.
How do Chinese people see America's no king protests? It's quite interesting to see how America's biggest rival looks at America's biggest political movement. 7 million protesters in the streets, and the conclusion is simple. The US had already trapped in a loop. Trump is a democratically elected president. In theory, that means more than half the country backs him. But just a few months into his term, millions were already marching under the low king banner. 5 million in June, and now in October, the number has ballooned to 7 million. 7 national protests in total in 2025. And what's changed? Nothing. Those mass protests have basically turned into giant street carnivals. In our view, US politics isn't serious anymore. It's a reality show. You may not believe it. Under the US propaganda, a lot of Chinese people grew up hearing that Americans own guns, and that if they ever faced tyranny or corruption, they could use those 420 million firearms to overthrow the bad guys and rebuild a clean government. But look around, Trump's still in office. Does that mean Americans love him? Or do they just like those street parties? We believe a big chunk of the new protesters are farmers. Why? Everybody knows Trump launched tariff wars, China stopped buying US soybeans anymore, and now farmers are even more furious because they voted for Trump. This whole situation just exposes a flaw. The American political system has no idea how to handle someone like Trump. The biggest problem is that the system elected Trump. Democrats lost power, so they are trying to find Trump's weak spots and mobilize different groups to sabotage him. I'm not praising Trump because he's supposedly the biggest Chinese spy. He's not a great US president and not even a qualified opponent for China. But objectively, he is the president of the United States. Now, in theory, the Democrats and all sectors should support him as long as he doesn't break the Constitution or commit crimes against humanity. But Americans can't even agree on how unconstitutional or against humanity means. Immigrants and non-immigrants are fighting each other, and the Democrats keep throwing fuel on the fire. We've heard that the magic of the US political system is checks, balances, and compromise. That magic is gone. American democracy has become an empty ritual. It doesn't solve problems anymore. It just speeds up the split. From a Chinese perspective, Americans are way too easy to govern. They are compliant. And you may not believe it, we Chinese people are much tougher because we care about the results. If life gets worse, the government gets blamed. Corrupt or incompetent, either way, people expect it to step down. If things get really bad, we revolt. Thousands of years of Chinese history are full of uprisings, protests don't fix things, revolution does. Meanwhile, Americans call China authoritarian and imply Chinese people are passive subjects. But look closer, no matter how incompetent or corrupt the US government gets, as long as people are given the illusion of control of their government, they stay calm. A few big protests, some catching slogans, a vote every 4 years, and they convince themselves change is right around the corner. And when things go wrong, they were like, you voted for your president. Blame yourself. Even if your choice turns out to be garbage, you still have to swallow it. Because you voted for that, blame yourself, okay? Here's the punchline. The two choices Americans get every election are like chocolate-flavored poop and poop-flavored chocolate. Pick whichever you like. Either way, you are eating it. If you don't like it after eating, blame yourself, okay? But you know that people won't blame themselves because it's anti-human nature. They will try to blame others. At this point, those ambitious political liars show up and chant that he is the savior of the United States. Let's blame the immigrants. Let's blame the homelessness. Let's blame China. Let's blame everyone else. He's gonna make America great again. Then you get Trump or another Trump next time. Follow me, an Eastern perspective to see the world.
What am I learning from this? I'm glad you watched this extent. You're welcome to share your thoughts in the comment section. This is what I'm thinking. The world doesn't need a leader. The world doesn't need a leader. Hear me out. But the world needs a model. I must say that. The world needs a model, a role model. the world need to follow a leader whose action they can trust. And when we start having these self-proclaimed leaders carrying a lot of power, attracting people to themselves with their power, intimidating people left, right, and center, for them to carry that weight of leadership, I don't think we will ever have a comfortable world. Somebody said there is no comfort in America, but those who are marching, that's the reason I posted the video, those who are marching in the United States believe that that's the only way to change because their history proves so. But from the look of things, it is sad. And yeah, this is the model of democracy that is around the world. And the world is watching. I'm thinking about all these countries that are under the influence of the United States. Because if you are a leader, really, you need to see the weight you carry and the people who are looking up to you. That was it about this compilation. Share your thoughts in the comment section. And see you in the next compilation. I appreciate you.